So today we're going to talk a little bit more about building a team. I've already done a few presentations on building a team and also the benefits of having a team. So what follows is an interview I had with Howard Wirch. Howard Wirch has a practice out in Dauphin, Manitoba. He's got a practice with several team members. And so he has experience in motivating and leading a team. So he's going to share a little bit of his experiences in doing so, and I hope you enjoy what he has to say. So you have a team of about 10 people or so.
Yes.
Okay. And I was just wanting to know about the challenges and reward of having a team of, say, 10 people. And the reason I'm asking that question is a lot of people that I mentor who are either working alone or have just one or two employees, and they're saying, not a chance in hell am I going to grow this bigger than what I'm currently at, because they find that having employees is such a pain in the butt. Mm-hmm. And I keep saying, well, there's more to it than that. I want to get your take on that.
With every challenge, there's an opportunity, is how I would respond to that. So, yes, dealing with people is difficult. In public practice, we deal with clients. We deal with all different types of personalities. And it can be challenging, of course. However, having team or a group of people around you that are working with you to accomplish a common goal, there's nothing that replaces that. And we've got a great group, not without fault, not without struggle, or things that I might do things differently or whatever. We all have that. However, there's no way I could accomplish what we have. And first of all, just from a revenue standpoint, to generate those billings if it was just me. Mm-hmm. Secondly, we can do some really great things for people. Mm-hmm. as a result of a group. Mm-hmm. You think about the fact that we provide very valuable services. Numbers aren't for everybody, but they work for us. That's how our minds think. And we have clients tell us all the time, I'm sure you do as well, where it's like, oh, I just can't do this. I don't know how you guys do this stuff. Yes. And it's like, we have that ability to relieve their pain. Yes. And help them, and that is reward in of itself. But you can't do that as an island. Mm-hmm. With people around you. It's like
you can touch a lot more people in 1 year.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think having good people around you is even better. I mean, we've had our share of ones that weeded themselves out for one reason or another, right? But at the end of the day, we have a great group. And I always believe that even with some of the apples that have fallen away from the tree, we still believe in our people. And it's interesting, my mind has shifted in the last few years. Our focus as a practice has always been client-centric. In that, client comes first, we look after our clients, that'll look after us. And I don't believe that anymore. Now I believe it's our team that's important. Yeah. And out of that, we can all service our clients better, and the clients will be better looked after. Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that, because I remember coming to that realization myself after it happened. And then I just realized somewhere along the way, I made a shift from the client being the number one thing important in my life. Mm-hmm. Well, other than family and all that, but when it comes to practice, being the client was the most important thing, to my team being the most important thing. Yeah. And I think it became very clear when I had a client who really came down on one of my team members, and I really let the client have it. Like, this was unacceptable behavior. And that way I became like a mama bear, like mean as can be. Yeah. Then I realized, I care a hell of a lot more about my team than my clients. And I don't think I started off that way. I think I transitioned into that kind of mindset, or at least I think I did. It wasn't as evident as it is now. Well, I think that also goes along with something that you and Grant Kirkup have said, but that client that walks in your door is not your last client.
Agreed.
So if you have somebody that doesn't fit with the philosophy of your firm and your group and would bring either harm or just isn't pleasant to deal with, and you know what?
Yeah.
I have to work with these people.
Yeah. And the other thing I think that happens is, if we were to go back and maybe less for you than a person like myself who started from zero with no clients whatsoever, every client was survival.
Absolutely.
And without the client, so the client had to be number one. And then when you get to a point where, okay, I can lose a client and I'll still survive, then I think this is where the shift starts to happen. I'm not too sure. I've never really analyzed it, but it'd be interesting. It's interesting that you made the comment.
Yeah, only because that transition of thought process has also coincided with me realizing that our team and their health and their wellness is paramount.
Yeah. And the thing I find sad too often is when you hear practitioners and even anybody in business and they talk about their team, they often, I think, concentrate too much on the negativity of running a team, the challenges and the continuous onslaught of problems that they bring online. But I find that if I were to look at my life and the career that I've had, and I think about all these really precious moments that I've had in practice, most of them related to things that happened with my team. And so the best souvenirs that I have, memories that I have of being in practice, all relate to having a team. And I think if I didn't have a team, all of these memories would not exist. And it's kind of funny, after years, I think back of all the things that have happened, and there's way more good things that have happened because I had a team than difficulties. It's not to say there weren't any. God knows I went through lots of problems with my team, but boy, there's some unbelievable rewards with leading a team that I think few people tend to think about or talk about.
Or even to add to that, it's human nature to focus on the negative.
Yeah.
With each other, you can think about your spouse and the things that drive you crazy, right? But at the end of the day, you love your spouse.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
But when it's so often that we lose sight of, hey, you know, this is a great individual, a great person. I'm just focusing on all their negative traits because it's apparent to me.
Yes.
But when you really sit down and look at the ledger,
there's a lot.
It would be much more weighted to the positive attributes than the negative.
Exactly.
I mean, why else would you hire these people?
Exactly. And continue to work with these people and hire even more.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank Howard for the time he took in doing this interview with us. I think he's got a wealth of information, and you can tell that he cares about his team. And I think that is part of what is a prerequisite to lead a team, is to show care. And that's one of the things I've always appreciated about Howard, is the way he cares about his team. So anyways, if you liked the video, please indicate that you liked it. Please subscribe. And of course, don't forget to work harder on your practice than in your practice.